In this video, I'm going to show you how to launch a domain on WPMUDEV that you have migrated over here. So the first thing to know is on the drop down, there is this switch account button. So if you switch accounts, you can have multiple accounts down here. You're going to be in My Hub, or it may say a different name. And so make sure you're in the right account so you can see all of the websites. The one that I am migrating today has heroes in the title. Now this says no results found. So what I'm going to do is back out a few characters to see if it finds something. Now we have two results here. This is the one that I'm migrating. So you'll see that it is hosted here. It's got the plan and the server. So as long as this cloud is green and you see a plan and a server, it will be hosted here. So that green cloud and these other green icons means that these are active. So this is the temporary URL. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on that. And we're going to go over here to hosting. And then we're going to go to domains. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to go grab, I always like grabbing it from the live version to see which version is live. So the www is the main version. So I'm going to grab that domain, but I want to see what it looks like live. We're going to add the domain. And we're also going to add the www version. And we're going to add the DNS records. And we're going to hit continue. And that is going to add a domain to this install, which is myplumbinghero.temp_url.host. Which most times when you migrate, they have that temporary URL. So we'll wait for this to finish. Once it's finished, it will say domain added successfully. Next step is to carefully review the DNS records. So we're going to hit next. And it's going to take us into the name server area. And you'll have the name server 1, name server 2, and name server 3. This is what we are going to send to our clients. So we send this information to clients or put it in at the GoDaddy or name server, Namecheap, register.com, wherever the domain is registered, we're going to point the name servers to this area where the records sit. Now, if you point the name servers without pulling over or importing the existing records, you are going to switch where the domain name is served from, and the records will not be in here. Now, why is that important? Because the email records, the MX records, exist on the other name server right now. They don't exist yet on this server. So if we just point the name servers and do that first, then we're going to miss out on a whole bunch of records that need to be in here in order for everything to work properly. So we're going to click this button, import existing DNS records, and it finds all kinds of stuff. And so we would manually have to go and pull all these records in. And so we are not going to import the A records or the C name because this is pointing to WP Engine. And we just migrated the site. So if we were wanting to host on WP Engine, then we would keep these in there. So I'm going to delete the WP Engine records. So these three, there should be 2 A names and a C name. There might be 1 A name. So just look for anything WP Engine. So we're going to delete that, and delete that. And now we have Google records. So this is all the MX. These are the mail records. And then text records are typically for verification. So you'll see this Google site verification up top. And then you'll also see I call it SPDIF, even though there's not a, this is for email deliverability. So that's why that's in there for Google. So you'll see google.com. Both of these records are for Google. So all of these actually are for Google Mail. So if we did not import these, their mail would quit working. Okay. So we just hit import, and takes typically a few seconds. 14 DNS records imported successfully. Let's see. I don't see 14, but you know what? It did it right. So MX records are all there. So now when we point the name servers and point all three of those, it will point the domain to these records, and now it will see all of the mail records, and the mail will still continue to function like it did or should. So that is how you import the existing records. So now this domain is actually being hosted on WordPress. So I'm just going to grab this ns1.wpdns.host. You'll see this one is the same except for ns2, and then you have ns3. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to go here to the name servers, and we're going to uncheck that, and we're just going to put in, I'm going to add another one. So we're going to do ns1, ns2, and ns3. So we're going to save, and that is going to point the website to this space, okay, with all those records. Now I do need to come back, and right here, click on myplumbingheroes.com, and actually if we go back to the actual install while that's propagating, one thing that we need to do in the domain section is right here. We want the www version to be the main or primary. And so let's recheck. So we click on recheck. It'll run an update to check. And once you have a check mark here in this column, so there's the DNS status right there. So we can actually go here. Once the SSL is turned on, you should be able to click this, and it should say use as primary domain. So you can keep rechecking this. It takes about 5 minutes usually. So there you go. You've got a regular certificate installed. So now we can click this and set as primary. And so you can't do that until the DNS has been seen by the system. It's pretty quick. Doesn't take too long. You can see we sat here live, and it only took 20 seconds maybe. So now we have My Plumbing Heroes is the primary. And then we're going to check on this DNS. So this should actually, both of these should redirect to this one by default. So that is all good. The SSL is installed. The DNS status, we've got 2 green check marks here. And so now this website should be pointing to the new server. So this should be loading from this hub now, because we have 2 check marks. This is the primary. We pointed the name servers from WordPress.com over to our hub here. And now it is, if we go in here and look at the DNS records, then they're propagated correctly, and it's seeing all of these items. So now the site is loading from here and everything should be good to go.